And if you were the primary person 24/7, how do you live your life now?
So before we leave, what is an uncomfortable conversation that we haven't had today that you want to bring and make comfortable for people?
What is an uncomfortable conversation? I think the biggest uncomfortable conversation as it relates to home care is, that's a hard one. Would definitely be how do I deal with the aftermath? I think we don't talk about it. And I say aftermath to define it as, let's say you've done caregiving for your loved one for a long period of time. And like you mentioned with the story of your grandmother, you're watching them become, and then they pass. And if you were the primary person 24/7, how do you live your life now?
What is my identity now?
Yes, without that person. And I think for a lot of people that I speak to, sometimes that journey is 7, 10, 12 years of caring for someone and being that primary person for a long time. And now that's gone, what do I do?
Who am I? They have to relearn themselves.
And so I'm always encouraging that aftermath period, get support, find groups, because they call it the aftermath because it is that. It is trauma. One, to just grieve someone, the loss, and then exactly what you mentioned, your identity and role within that. And so that is a process within itself. And I find that what ends up happening, and it's kind of like the process of healthcare, that you find that a lot of people who have gone through that aftermath, just like myself, and you come into healthcare because you're like, how can I now be this advocate for others? And I find a lot of, especially my seniors, they're volunteers now for hospice, or they're volunteers in other capacities in healthcare because they're wanting to give that same feeling for others and support. And now the reflection of what maybe they needed and that they weren't open to.
And then you're rebirthed into this version that's like, I want to give more than I take.
Yeah.
So the aftermath is just like really powerful.